Okay. And like I said in the announcement and last week in the session, this is driven by y'all. I have no agenda. If you have any, I mean, like I said, final projects questions, if you have techie questions, if you have general questions about the projects themselves, that's fine. I'm happy to entertain those. If you have questions, like I said, about the test, uh, I'm happy to address those as well. I will say one thing about the multimedia project, and what I tend to see is the grades are lower for the multimedia project. And the primary reason for that is that people tend to just kind of throw media up on the websites and get it done technically so it's working, but then don't provide the surrounding context and guidance and intentionality that I mentioned and kind of keep mentioning throughout the course. So that's something that I think is really, really important. So don't just throw a video on the screen and say, here, watch this video. Don't throw a piece of audio and say, here, listen to this audio, or web resources and just say, hey, look at those links below. That's not going to do it. Okay. So that'll right off the bat, that's going to be a significant point deduction if you're not providing enough or ample guidance with your use of media. A couple other things that kind of jump out sometimes. People don't use 4 forms of media, and then they don't update things. So really the design and usability, so they'll link to videos and link to audio, and we wanted those embedded. The design will be really sort of very like intro level novice design, and didn't really address the issues like centering blocks of text and consistency of spacing and consistency of layout and those kind of things. So those are the key things that really jump out or have jumped out, not necessarily from this particular term because I haven't graded any of this term, but those are the things that really jump out as far as typical issues. For the most part, the technical things work. For the most part, the uses of media are pretty appropriate. So I don't see a lot of egregious examples where learners or where the tools are using audio and they should use video, or are using text when they should use video or audio or whatever. So the uses tend to be pretty good. So that's not usual. I mean, sometimes, you could kind of argue one way or the other, but if I can make an argument, I try to err on the side of for y'all. But so those aren't typically issues. Really, the main things I just kind of highlighted, those are key issues. So I will now shut up and let y'all ask any questions. So if you do have a question, raise your hand and I will kind of address you, and then we can kind of go in the order I see hands. It looks like Elena popped her hand up first. So we'll let you go first, and then we'll go to Amanda next. And then if anyone else has questions after that, then we'll move forward from there.
Sure. So I have a question, and then I think I need help with something. I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. I might need to share my screen, hoping that you'll be able to help me. My first question was, last time you mentioned that you would like media to play the audio, to play automatically, the PowerPoint to play automatically. I just want to make sure that I understand that correctly. So when you go on the page, do you want the audio to start playing? That could be problematic from a usability point of view. So I just want to make sure that I get it right.
No, so on the websites, you never want audio to start automatically.
Yeah.
You want it whenever they go in and interact with something, and you may or may not want it to start automatically. Now, if they're viewing a PowerPoint and that PowerPoint has audio, you can either have it start automatically on the slides, which is probably going to be the best way to go, or you could put some text and say, click the speaker below to start the audio on each slide, or however you want to do it. It's going to depend on how you're using it, how much kind of user interaction you want them to have with the tool. It's going to depend on who your users are. It's going to depend on a lot of things. So I think in the graphics layout media projects, typically what you would want the audio to start automatically if you didn't have something saying, hey, click on this, So it's really depends. But on websites, no, you don't want the audio to start automatically. You want them to have some control. And then that's where, like, so if you had audio embedded or something, you would say, click below to listen to, pay specific attention to X, Y, and Z or something like that. But you wouldn't want to go to a website and have the audio start automatically. That's the first thing I do when that happens is close that website out. So you see it with ads all the time. You're like trying to figure out where it comes. So I close those out more often than not. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I feel exactly the same, and I just wanted to make sure that I don't, just have it play and, then that's the wrong thing. And the second thing, may I share my screen for a couple of minutes because
Sure.
something's not working and I'm trying to figure out what is.
Sure, you should be able to share it. And I don't know who raised their hand first, Rachel, Cook, or Goldman. So,
right, I don't know what this means, what this is trying to make.
Yeah, Amanda next, and then either Rachel Cook or Rachel Goldman, or we can figure it out. But Elena, can you share it yet?
I don't know why it's not letting me do it.
Give me a second.
Just a moment.
It was probably Goldman. I've noticed a couple people's hands were raised by the time I got mine up.
Okay, thanks, Rachel. Now, you should be able to share now. You should be able to share.
No, the problem is my laptop. I have a new laptop, and it's the first time I'm trying to share my screen from this.
That happened to me last time. I think I had to go into my settings to allow it to share.
Okay.
Why don't we
All
move
right.
on and
Why
then come
don't-
back to you?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And Elaine, if you can't get it fixed, we can meet individually. So just because I'm doing this Q&A with y'all, if y'all have issues and want to meet with me individually, just shoot me an email and we can set something up. So this isn't, you're not constrained to this 1 hour-ish time period if you have questions. So Amanda, go ahead.
Okay, I have a few questions. The first one, I know you talked through the audio in the last session. I'm struggling with how to embed the MP3 from Audacity into Dreamweaver.
Okay.
What am I missing?
So it's super easy. So let me pull up something. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
I actually had the same issue. I got it to work on my e-portfolio, and then I used the same code on my multimedia project, and it's for some reason literally the exact same code. The audio is in the same file as the same folder as the pages, and it wasn't working. So I'm glad you asked that, because hopefully it'll help me too.
Good.
So let's just, I think I have, let's see, I have my multimedia template here. I have my media here, and I want to embed the narrated MP3 into my index page. So I'm just going to open my index page here, and I'm just going to scroll down here, and I'm just going to, let me go to my design view real quick. I'll just delete these. So the easiest way to embed audio, and so I put my cursor where I want to go. Actually, I don't even need to do the split view. So let's go to design view. Put my cursor here, and then I go over here to the tabs. I click insert, and I go to HTML5 audio.
Okay.
So I click on that, and then I get this little speaker icon. In the properties window, you'll see here it says audio. I go to the source, and then I just click the folder and find it's in my template folder, multimedia template. It's in the media folder, and I just go to demo narration and click OK. And then I go, and then I just save it. So if I go to live view here, I get this nice media player.
Okay.
So
that's a lot easier than I thought.
There's also code you can do. You can do SoundCloud. So if I have some, there's other options as well. But the quick and easiest way, and it's a basic player, so it's not too much. It's not, but it's a nice, quick, easy way to do it. And you do the same thing for audio, for video.
Okay.
So if you have a video that's not a YouTube, you paste the code. So like for YouTube, let's say I had the code, the embed code copied.
Yeah,
I put my cursor where I want it to go. So I want it to go right here. That's when I go to the split view, and then I find my cursor, which is right here. And then I would just paste that code where my cursor is in the code.
yeah, that's what I figured that out with the video and was very successful. And then I was just like, I don't know how to do this with audio. So
Yeah, and
it's,
if you have your own video, so like here,
Yeah.
you go to insert HTML5 video.
okay,
And so you get, instead of the speaker icon, you get this kind of film strip icon, and you can see up here, it says video in the properties in the window. And you just go to source again, click on the folder, and I just
okay,
go biteable.mp4.
nice.
And then if I go to live view, boom, there it is. And then I would just go in and change the height and the width to what I wanted it to be. So I'd go back to my design view. And let's say I just make this like 250 by 250. And then now it's
Oh,
nice
yeah,
and
nice.
small. So when I go to my live view, it's much more manageable within the site.
Oh, yeah, oh, it's
And then
great.
they can always make it bigger by clicking on that. So if they want it full screen or whatever.
Okay. What about the PowerPoint? That's the
So
next.
so sort of the same way as YouTube.
Okay,
So let me see if I can do this here real quick. Whoops. Okay, I'm just going to, I'll share my screen in a second. I'm just pulling up my email.
okay.
All right, so. Okay, so let me share. Okay, so y'all, can y'all see my OneDrive now? Everyone?
Yes.
Y'all see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I just went to OneDrive for PowerPoint. I'm just going to pick a PowerPoint, so I'll pick this one.
Okay, so I think this is where I'm lost. How, do I need to use OneDrive?
So OneDrive is one way to share it. Yeah, there's other ways, but
Okay.
OneDrive's easy. So why is it not pulling up? Give me a second.
Okay, so I have that somewhere, probably.
Yeah, it's on your email. So then you go to File.
Okay,
It's read only. Okay, let's see. File. Then you go to Share here, and then you have the option to share with people or
Oh,
embed. So
okay,
simply select embed, select your size. So if I
Cool.
wanted it 350 by 296, the code's right here. I just copy this code, close,
Great.
then I go to Dreamweaver. So give me a second here, stop share, Dreamweaver. So I'd go down here. Here's where I do the same thing. I go to split view, put my cursor where I want it to go, find the cursor over here, and then just paste. And ta-da, I have my nice. And it's going to come up as like you can't see it because I haven't shared it with people, but so
Yeah.
but there it is right there.
Cool.
So
So I need to share it with people too?
yeah, well, when you go to the site, it'll
Oh.
have like who you can share it with.
Okay,
So you share with people, and you just want to share with your UCF network.
okay,
And that it gives you like 3 options: people in the UCF network, people with existing access, or specific people. So you can control who shares it. So
okay,
you can allow editing or not allow editing. It's up to you.
okay. Okay, all right, my last question is actually a design issue, and so if it's okay, I'm gonna share my screen really quick.
Sure.
Okay. I want to put Dreamweaver up is what I really want to do. I'm sorry. Whoops. Oh, there it is. Okay, so, sorry, there we go. On here, so it looks all nice and pretty. The 3 columns at the bottom are all like spaced out nicely and look good. And then, but when I go upload, it's like it looks weird. Like there's a whole big space on the right side. So like this is the website now and I can't figure out why it's not centered. So there it is.
So click on the top set of dotted lines
On the website
on
or on Dreamweaver?
on Dreamweaver. So like that top line there.
Okay.
So you see you see the three lines
Oh, over here on the right?
down, like in the middle of your screen, in the middle of your page. There's like the three lines, three little dotted
Oh,
lines,
okay.
horizontal lines. No. That,
Sorry.
those,
I don't know
yeah,
where I am.
those there's three horizontal, the div lines. So there's three divs there. And what the issue is most likely is that So
Okay.
that's the top one. So that one's not going to have anything to do with that. So click on the other one right above that.
Okay.
Okay, so that one shouldn't have anything to do with it. So click on the one down below that kind of controls the, let's see what we got here. Now that controls just that one.
Yeah, there's three columns here.
Yeah, so can you go to live view real quick?
Yeah.
And see what it looks like.
Yeah, even in live view, it looks okay. I wondered if it had something to do with this purple thing up at the top.
Yeah, so it looks like there's a fourth column with extra pixels.
Okay.
So that's kind of beyond today. So can you send me the website?
Yep.
And then I can go in and troubleshoot and see what the issue is.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just send me that and then the page and I can go in and say, here, do this, remove this
Okay.
code or delete this or something like that. It'll be probably pretty easy.
Yeah.
Troubleshooting is hard to do in this kind of setting. So
Yeah, I know. No, that's great. I definitely will do that. Thank you.
Okay, if you send it to me today, I can get it to, or tonight, I can get it to you relatively quickly. So,
Awesome. Okay, great.
all right, Rachel Goldman.
Okay, more like not technical questions, but like little detailed questions. Do we have to use a template in the multimedia or ePortfolio or no?
You don't have to, but you do have to show growth and address feedback from your web shell and just basic web design kind of things. So, but you don't have to use a template now.
Okay. And then if we're like linking to a YouTube video or something like that, should we be embedding it rather than linking it?
Most definitely. Any kind of media that you can, you're going to want to embed in the site. So your PowerPoint, any kind of video, the audio, you're going to definitely want to embed those in the page.
Okay. And then for like, if we have like a link to an external website, that's still okay to do like hypertext and everything?
Well, you want to link to the site name. So you don't want to link to like a URL typically.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But like, so let's say you're linking to Google, you wouldn't do www.google.com. You'd link to the word Google and make that the hyperlink. But yeah,
Okay.
do that. Linking to external resources perfectly fine. If you do that, have it open in a new tab or a new window. You know, just make, following usability stuff we've talked about throughout the course.
Okay. And then a quick question about images. Should they be the same size on every page if they're different images?
So they don't have to be the same size, but the relative size needs to be good design.
Okay.
So if they, if they're, because images, they're going to have different proportions. Some are going to be horizontal rectangles, some are going to be squares, some may be circles. They're going to be different shapes. So the size is obviously difficult to keep those consistent. They just need to look like they fit together. So a problem would be like if you have three squares, three of the same shape, and one of them's just a little bit off, that's going to be more problematic than having them like largely different sizes, but where they are in relationship to the others on the page, the large the large size differences fit with the design. So it really just depends on the design. But typically you're going to want to have relative consistency in size.
Okay. And then lastly, with the PowerPoint project,
Yep.
I got feedback that I needed, I don't know if it's feedback or a suggestion to gray out the bullet points
Yeah.
that
So-
weren't being talked about. Should I fix that before putting it in multimedia, or would I
That's
get
up to you. You know, that's definitely something you're going to want to practice in the future.
Mhm.
But it's not like a requirement to fix the little things like that. If you big things, I would recommend fixing, but anything little, you know, it's not going to be a huge issue.
Okay, perfect. That was it. Thank you.
Sure. All right, Rachel Cook.
Okay, you just answered a couple of my questions, so that's good. I have a couple of quick questions, and then one I'm still like, I bet once I share my screen, it's gonna magically fix itself with the audio. But so for the e-portfolio, I saw that one of the requirements on the rubric was that each page, has an image, but not every, I noticed in some of the examples, not every page had an image, like in like the readings page didn't always have an image. Are you looking for like a unique image on each page, or if we have like a header image, is that okay?
Yeah, a header banner image, that would be perfectly fine. Just
Okay.
an image on every page.
Okay. And I also noticed, oh, go ahead.
Let me jump in real quickly, because this is, I see this a lot, is the readings, links readings page.
Mm-hmm.
You need 6 total resources.
Right. I know I asked you about that, and
Yeah,
that
but
cleared
you're
it
not
up.
the only one. That's a common issue. Like, I get a lot of submissions with like 3 of them, and then they lose, you know, 5, 6, 7 points depending on how they lay it out. So just make sure that you do 3 web resources, and they can be tutorials, they can be YouTube videos, they can be just websites or whatever that you found useful. And then 3 separate readings. They can be books, they can be articles, they can be websites as well. They may or may not have links to the web. When you cite your readings, you may or may not have links. It's up to you. Some of them may be available, some may not. So that's up to you. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt sorry for interrupting your question, but that's another thing that's a big point deduction for the e-portfolios.
Yeah, no. That's totally fine. And for the resume page, I noticed you said you wanted in 2 different formats, and my resume is it's like 2 pages long. I didn't want to paste the whole thing onto the page, and I remember you saying that was okay. But if we don't paste the entire thing onto the page, do we need to offer it in 2 additional formats, like Word and PDF?
No. So my recommendation would be, if you want to do sort of an abbreviated resume on the website, that you don't have to go into all the details that a regular resume would have, and then so you could provide sort of an abbreviated resume and then link to like a full resume as a PDF or Word document. Either one is fine.
Okay.
That it?
Hi.
All right.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, I thought I had muted myself. I was going to ask. So I tried to embed, like I literally, like I was saying earlier, I embedded my audio project onto the project page of the e-portfolio, and it worked beautifully. So I copied the file and I put it into the same file with all my, same folder with all my multimedia project pages. I literally used the exact same code, and it's not working, and it's driving me insane. Would you be able to like take a quick look at it? Maybe see if like there's something I'm just missing. Oh, now you're muted.
Send it to me in a course message, and I'll look at it tonight.
Sounds good.
And then fix it.
Okay. And that's it. Thank you.
Suzanne, you were next.
Good evening. So I just wanted to go over something that you just said a moment ago, because that really kind of resonated with me. You said there are some things that are smaller things that we may not have to kind of fix, and some things that are bigger things. So for example, the graying out, I was having some issues with that, but you mentioned that was a small thing. So what are you considering in the grand scheme of things, like small things or big things? Obviously the big things are going to be like design and stuff like that, but if we got like a 0.5 points off somewhere and we are having a hard time trying to fix it, is that something that we can feel comfortable going, okay, maybe we won't address that right now?
Yeah, it may not be if you got a real minor point deduction for something, it's going to be, it would likely be a very minor point deduction, if any, for the final project. So the minor, I mean, it's really hard to say what a big thing is. It's, if your audio is cutting off in your graphics layout media project, or if in your audio project, your intro music was really loud and your narration was really low and it was that would be a problem. Design issues obviously are going to be a problem. If things didn't work, that would be a big issue. So if you had hyperlinks in your web shell or in your site or in your graphics layout, and those didn't work, those would be bigger things. So design issues, technical issues, and then just major issues related to the presentation of the content.
Of course, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying.
And if you want to say, hey, send me a message about a specific item to you, I'm happy to say, no, I wouldn't worry about that. Or yeah, you might want to fix that a little bit or something like that. So
awesome. Yes, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Definitely happy to do that. So, all right, we're going to go to Lance, and then Alana will come back to you, and then we'll go.
Sorry about that. I just
Lance,
have two. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I just have two quick questions. If we take, I did something completely different from the components we had created. I created something completely different because that's just who I am. But my question is, if we created a PowerPoint and turned that into a video and embedded it into our new website, does that count as a video and the PowerPoint?
Well, PowerPoint isn't a form of media.
Okay.
So PowerPoint could be audio. If you had, it could be an interactive video. It could be, it could just be video, depending on how you save it. It could be graphics if you had like different graphic elements. So it just depends on how it's used.
So I just took took the PowerPoint that I created a whole new 8-9 slides, had voice, had everything, converted it over, had all the slides go after I was done talking, waited a second and continued to continuously play. Then I just converted it to a video and embedded that video. Now, can I put a link to the actual PowerPoint itself if somebody wants to actually download the actual PowerPoint as well? Okay. Yeah,
it would probably just count as video because it's,
do I have
you can definitely add a link.
Okay, I can add a link underneath it, but I don't have to add like a picture of what it is, with it because it's going to that one. Okay.
You can say if you want a fully interactive version or whatever, see below, click here or something like that to download or whatever.
That's what I did. And for our reading page, if we're involved in two different programs, because I put it on my courses as well, that I'm going through two different programs at the same time. Yeah. For our readings page, if we put readings from our other program in there, is that okay as well?
Yeah, all you need are 3 total readings and 3 web resources. The web resources, none of them have to be from my course, from my program, from our program or whatever. They can be 3 useful readings, 3 useful web resources for you.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
Sure thing. I would suggest, like at the top of your courses and resources readings page, put I'm a glutton for punishment. So this comes from 2 different programs.
I separated into 2 different columns, the instructional design and then the college teaching and leadership, and just put the readings associated with both courses.
Perfect. And same thing with projects, you do have to include the projects from this course, but if you have like a paper or something you did in another course that you want to link to show your writing skills or something like that, or another or another project from another course, you're welcome to include that as well. But you do have to do web shell or multimedia project, either and or, it's up to you. the audio project, the graphics layout media project, and that's it. So
I got all those in there. I just didn't put my own personal writings in there. I did have some writings from that I associate with my multimedia project that I downloaded and hooked that up so that they can hit that link and it goes to a PDF of an actual of somebody else's writing.
perfect.
Thanks.
All right, Elena, and then we'll go to Stephanie again. Are you ready, Elena?
All right, let's see if this works. I hope I figured it out, but
Well, I see your screen now, so
okay.
well, I see
So-
a background, so
Okay, can you see my Dreamweaver?
no. I see it up top, but I don't see any, I just see like a gradient screen. But I see the file, edit, view, insert, all that stuff up top. Is anything
Let me
open?
see- let me see if I can actually open. Oh,
Just go to file, open.
just all right. Can you see my site now?
No, I don't see your window. So if you go to share
Oh, file
screen,
open. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't see, I see the file, but I don't see, is your Dreamweaver window open?
Should be.
So go to share screen down at the bottom and select the Dreamweaver window. Did you do that? Or select your whole screen, either way.
Okay, I'm trying to do that. It's not allowing me to do it. I don't understand why.
Do you want to play around with your settings a little more and we'll go to Stephanie and then,
Yeah, sure. This frustrates me. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm not sure why it's not, it's
Yeah.
something in your,
It
in
says
your-
that I am screen sharing, but I don't know. Dreamweaver. Share.
because all I see right now is a gradient, like a big kind of diagonal reddish and then a blue, and it's probably your screensaver.
Probably.
Is your screensaver like a bunch of different colors?
Yes, that sounds correct. I just everything should be just fine. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop
Okay.
sharing for a moment, and I don't know, we might just need to reschedule, but I really wanted to get this done like tonight, or tomorrow morning.
So here, hold on a second. So let me see if this will, I don't know if this will work, but so when you click on, it's not going to show. When you click on share screen, you should get a bunch of options. And if you if you select desktop 1, is that what are you showing me what happens when you do desktop 1?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
so stop screen, stop it, and then go screen share screen, and then hit see if is Dreamweaver an option.
right. This is all, okay. Share screen. You share. Dreamweaver is an option.
So
I
go
click on it and
to
it's not doing anything.
click on the up arrow again next to share screen and see if that gives you any choices.
No, it's just telling me whiteboard Dreamweaver. If I try to share it, won't do anything. It's very
Let's
bizarre.
set up the thing. I'm pretty free, so like if you want to, we can figure it out. Look into your system preferences and see if there's something stopping you from sharing particular softwares or something.
Yeah, it's not, I think I figured out what's the problem, but it's not, I can't fix it for some reason. It's fine. I'm sorry about it. Let me try, and if I manage to do it by the end of the course, we'll do it in the course. If not, we'll schedule some other time. I apologize for the
Oh,
inconvenience.
no worries. Perfect. All right, Stephanie, you're up.
Hi, I know we were in email contact this morning because my link, like the upload to the server, is still not working. Like I have everything up on Dreamweaver, but when I upload it, it does it like with the URL link. If I don't put like multimedia project, it opens, but I know we have to have that in the URL, right?
No, you don't have to have anything in the URL. It just needs to work. So,
Okay, yeah, because it opens the like first page and then
Mhm.
it doesn't link to any of the other pages, even
yeah,
though I,
that would be a problem. So, yeah, do you want to share your screen and?
yeah. Let's see. Can you see
Yeah,
that?
so here, real quickly, if you, so one of the, yep, okay. So what you need to do is you need an additional, close that site there real quick on your local file, on your files tab, your top folder there, it says site on the right-hand side. It says site multimedia, just hit the little arrow that's pointed down. So it clicks. Nope, 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 cancel. Down, there's a folder. It's the right below local files, right below the L, there's a little hash that's pointing downward. Click on that hash mark. So it'll
Okay, hold on.
right there. There you go. Click on that. Okay. Okay. So this right here is your multimedia project folder. You need another level of folder to be your local site folder. So because you defined multimedia project as your local site folder, that site is invisible in your URL. So go ahead and open that back up by hitting that hash again. So scroll down slowly. So where is your, yeah, this is we need to meet like individually because this is,
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff that, because like, where's your web shell and your ePortfolio that was there earlier?
Well, that's a separate folder.
Yeah, they
With-
should all be in the same folder. And then, so can you minimize this and show me your desktop real quick? Or wherever your local site folder stuff is?
You see it now?
So
So I have web shell,
what I want you
but
to do right now is create a new folder on your desktop and call it EME6507. Okay, so now put web shell, multimedia project, and ePortfolio in there.
oh, okay.
So this is sort of your container and it's going to be invisible online. So it's not going to be part of the URL, but everything else, all the other folders are. So now what I want you to do is go back to Dreamweaver.
Can you still see that?
Yeah.
Can you remember? Okay.
Yeah. So now go to, you might want to save these real quick. So see the introduction to clouds and all that, file save. I just moved on. Here. So go back real quick, minimize this, click OK. Minimize. Move multimedia project outside of EME6507, put it back on the desktop real quick. Okay, now go to Dreamweaver again. And then now save all three of those.
Okay.
And do cloud copy or do those other two. And then cloud activities. Now those are copies. There's the word copies in the file names. Do you want that?
No, but I can rename it, right?
Yeah. So it's not in the introduction to clouds. That one's fine. It's the, so go ahead and minimize this real quick.
Okay.
Drag multimedia back in.
Okay.
So now go ahead and pull up Dreamweaver again. So now what we want to do is we want to redefine our site. So, or edit our site. So go to site. Manage sites,
Okay.
click on multimedia project. So I would call that site name EME6507
Okay.
because it covers everything. Okay, go to the folder, select EME6507, that one, yep. Okay, now go to your servers. And we should be good with that. You can maybe click on that real quick, click on the pencil. Okay, just call it EME6507. Okay, and click save. Okay, so now save. And now give it a second. So now once you're done with this, you would go over, you already have your connection made, click on your new site folder and then click the upload.
Okay.
And what you're going to see is instead of this collection of files and stuff, you're going to see 3 folders. You're going to see multimedia project, web shell, and ePortfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can then go in, and if you want to edit the ePortfolio, you go into that folder, mess around with those pages. If you want to edit the multimedia project and then re-upload, if you want to edit the multimedia project, go into that folder, make changes, and then upload that folder.
Okay.
So, but it'll be nice and clean. Now, what you will want to do is check your remote site. Okay, so now click done. So now, okay, so now click on that real quick. So see how it's now?
Yeah, because now I have all my
So
portfolios.
now let's go to remote view real quick. Don't upload yet. Go to remote view.
Remote server.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Click define a remote server there. Oh, because the connection, it came undone, the connection. So reconnect with the little connection thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Servers should be good.
Sorry.
Yep. Oh, see how it says testing, change it to remote. I don't know how that happened. Click,
Okay.
there you go. All right. So now click on the connection thing again.
Mhm.
And so now select the portfolio. Are you on a piece, just the whole folder? And then go all the way, scroll down to the bottom and hit shift, hold shift down and hit select on the last one, Zacharias.
Okay.
So it should hold shift down, select everything there is really what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Just hold shift down and go to the top and you should be able to,
Do I click and shift at the same time? I'm on a Mac, so I don't know.
okay, so it should be command.
And shift.
Yeah, or command and click.
Mm.
It might be option. I can't remember. Try option and click and just click them all.
Okay. And I'm just going to move them somewhere else.
No, you're just going to delete them.
Oh, you want me to delete all of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I may have to do that individually.
So then once you delete them and then go back to your local view and click upload.
But it won't delete because I did my ePortfolio already. That won't be deleted, right?
No, because you haven't uploaded it yet. So
Okay.
yeah, so go back to your remote view.
Okay. So I just delete all of these.
Yeah, so select the portfolio, click on it, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Don't hit anything. Now hold shift down and hit the select your mouse button on your resume file. Okay, so now I think it's, hold on a second. It should be, it's either command or option, and hit
Command?
try a command and click. All right, so try command and click again on that right where you are. All right. it's option and click. So select everything again. So click on ePortfolio. Go all the way down, hold shift down and click. Now go option and click. Now go to edit where it says edit there and click. and then go to delete. There we go.
Okay, we got it. Thank
Stupid
you.
Macs. I'm
Take
on it.
forever.
So now go to your local view, click upload now, click the up arrow. And yes. So now, anytime you make a change to these, you would then just go and re-upload whatever you changed. So if you have made a change to multimedia project folder, you would just click on that folder here, click the up arrow, and those changes would pop in place.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
The URL you sent me earlier with multimedia project in it would now work.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right. So you
And
just-
would it be for the ePortfolio? It'd be slash ePortfolio home. That HTML index.
Slash ePortfolio, click on the ePortfolio there real quick. The little slash, I couldn't see whatever the page name was, index or yeah, index.html.
Okay,
So it's still uploading it, so give it time because it's still working
Okay.
there.
yes.
All right.
Great.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Dr. Hirschman, this is Elena again. I actually have a similar problem, so it would help a lot what you showed Stephanie. But my problem is I actually uploaded my portfolio. I just have some changes that I need to make. So the moment I actually put them in a different folder, that's going to disconnect them. I'm gonna have to update a whole bunch of things, right?
You can't, it depends on how you do it. One thing I would do is just delete the old folder. And then once you make all the changes, just re-upload the new folder that works.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Thank
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that in the next couple days and I think that's the big problem for me. Thank you.
Okay, and then, yeah, and like I said, if we meet, we can run through it real quick, so.
Okay, sounds
we can
good.
add that to it as well. All right, any other questions?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Sure thing, Shatoya.
So earlier you talked about making sure that if we have resources on our multimedia page that we're intentional. So I have an abbreviated annotation of what the resource is, but are you more so looking for direction? Because the page is really for parents. And so are you looking for me to say, hey, download this PDF to identify which stage of writing your preschooler may be in? Is that kind of what you're looking for when you say?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be extensive, but whenever I see a link, I need to be able to look at it and go, okay, I need to know what I'm supposed to be doing, where it's going to take me, and how I'm going to interact with that content. So no matter who it's for, so if for parents, would it be obvious to them what it's for and how they would use it and all that? So that's the key question. So how much, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be extensive, but it has to be able to, everything should make sense to the user.
Got it.
And so one of the things I recommend to people is to have somebody else who's not in this class, if you can, look at it so that, and say, okay, does this make sense to you? Do you know what you need to do here? And not just being nice, having having a friend look at it or your significant other look at it, then that's going to be, they're going to be very, they tend to be nice about it, but tell them to be very critical about, is it what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to interact with the content obvious?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But it doesn't have to be big, long paragraphs. That has its own problems. So Lance, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I have a question I have my links up top that say home, blah, 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 blah. And to make them stand out, from the one page that we're on, so the other hyperlinks, I changed the color text and I have it set on all the pages to do that. But when I upload them, they're not, the word isn't the color, it's just black. It goes back to reverting to black versus what it is supposed to look like.
So I don't know why that is. I would have to see it. But there may be when you went into the settings, did you change the visited link or active link color? Or is that already a preset at black for some reason? Are you using a template or?
I used the template and added on. I did some wild stuff here. But
there may be something where the visited or the active link color is black. So if on the first page it looks fine, but then somebody's interacted with the first page, so now that becomes a visited link, and they're in the settings, the visited link color may be black. I don't know. I would have to see it.
Okay.
But if you send it to me and say, hey, this is the issue I'm having.
Can I show you real quick?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Let me show you. Make sure it pulls up right. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Pull it up. Okay. And my other question is, for some reason, one of them saved as an HTM without the HTML.
That's weird, but it's fine as long as the links work.
Yeah, the links worked fine. It was just, I'm not sure. It saved them as HTM versus HTML.
Huh, that's weird. All my websites used to be HTMs a long time ago, but.
Okay. I'm not sure. Can you see my screen real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See how I'm not done with it, but see how the home is in gold real quick?
Uh-huh.
And when I say I go to my courses page or whatever, the word courses should be in gold, but it comes out black, and it does it on my readings page, the resumes page, the courses page, all of the pages where it should look like this, what this home says, but, and I've selected the words.
Can you open them can you open them in Dreamweaver?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is they're defined as normal body text.
Mhm.
And the normal body text by default is black. Like just, normal, like all your other text. So for some reason, they're not changing the color to that, whatever that home characteristic attribute is. So what page are we on here?
This is the one that says courses, but.
So go to your home real quick. Let me see the home page. Okay. So double click on that and go to, I want to see what it is in your, okay. So.
Do I gotta go back to the graph?
No. Oh yeah, go to design view, that's fine. So double click on home. I just want to see something real quick. All right, so it's just an inline style. Okay. So copy that color down there. Just copy, yep. All right, so now go to any of the other pages that it's doing now. Okay, so courses, so click on that real quick. So yeah, what you have to do here is go to HTML. I just want to see something. Actually, go back to home real quick, I'm sorry. And go to HTML, it's heading 3, ID is none, class is header, okay? So now go to courses again. Heading 3, yeah, it should be working. Go to CSS. Actually, I'm sorry, go up to highlight courses again. So go to HTML just real quick. Just want to see that. Heading to, okay. So go to CSS, click on, so see where it says targeted rule, new inline style. Click on the drop down arrow there and just click that new inline style. Okay, now go to the color. Let's repaste the color. And just save it. So it's not making any changes. So.
It won't let me save it.
Yeah, you didn't make any changes. Okay. Huh. Go to split view real quick. And highlight courses. Okay. H3. Can you upload it and send it to me? And let me look at the code and do some troubleshooting. Because
just send you, it's already uploaded to your server.
Yeah, just send me the URL and just say this is what's happening. Well, just say we talked about the menu colors changing, and I'll figure it out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Okay,
I have one quick question.
sure.
So on the rubric for the ePortfolio, it says the homepage it listed as like home.html. If we call it index.html, is that okay? Or do you want
I don't care what you call the files.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yep. All right. Any more questions? Going once, going twice. All right, a couple of y'all are going to send me some things and I'll get those. I should have feedback to you on all of those tonight. If you don't get them to me tonight, then I'll get them to you soon after that. If you don't get them to me tonight, I have a pretty flexible day tomorrow. So if you do need meetings with me tomorrow or Wednesday would be good days. Bonus points, they're due by Wednesday, 10 points for the final multimedia project, 5 points for the ePortfolio.
Is that Wednesday at midnight?
Yeah, 11:59.
Okay.
Yep. So I will, and then, yeah, and then they're actually due on Sunday. And the exam opens, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. Let's see. The exam opens on July 28th. What is that? So so Wednesday at 12:01, and it closes on August 4th. So I opened it a little early because I wanted to give y'all a full week with it. So the exam opened, yeah, so you have that to look forward to as well. It's going to be a fun week. And let me make sure there's no questions here. All right. Okay. Well, y'all have a great night and good luck. If you have questions, like I said, shoot me. I mean, if things pop up that were outside of, you didn't think of it, and then obviously some of y'all had some tech things that I need to look at. It's just easier to do troubleshooting that way than in this kind of thing. So perfect, Elena. But I'll be looking forward in the messages. Otherwise, have a great night. And if, like I said, you're not constrained to this format. If you have issues and you need to meet, feel free to reach out to me and we can set something up. All right. Bye, everybody.